What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here for another video review. This time it's Enterbay LeBron James from Miami Heat. I guess this is, you can call this version 1. You can see the box is pretty good. You know, I like this box art that they do, which is kind of like the jersey with his signature on it. And as you know, he already played, as of this at least review, he plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. So this is a bit outdated. But there's no, at this point, there's no another LeBron James. I'm assuming there's, you know, they're gonna release a version 2 sooner or later. But at the, you know, as the release of this review, you only got one choice. The good thing about this Enterbay figures is that you can just buy a jersey online on eBay, so you can have them wear them. But at the same time, the jersey doesn't come cheap. Sometimes I think the cheapest one that I came across with on eBay is around $35. So that's another $35 that you have to spend. But you know, if you are a big fan of LeBron James, then I guess you are gonna cop out of those. So here we go, just in a regular Enterbay fashion. You open it up, it has magnets on the side, foam. You know, figure is fairly secured. I like this foam on Enterbay. I've always did. Not a big fan of the Hot Toys plastic tray. I think the foam secures the figure a lot better, and also it doesn't, you know, does paint chips or anything like that. And as far as accessories, you can see he has the 2 open palm hands, fisted hands. I would call it the that's the follow through hand. Those are kind of like the open hand. The pointy hand, he plays point guard every once in a while, or a lot of times, you know, even though he has Kyrie Irving now. And the ball that is magnetized, so as you know, you're gonna get one of the hands and it just sticks in there. You can see he does have a headband, which is pretty cool. You know, that's the one good thing about NBA players with a lot of accessories in their body, is that also on the figure it translates. But as you can see, this is an older figure. You can see those yellow sticky residue, the glue thingy, not good. Also in his uniform, it's pretty evident. And as far as a championship trophy, you know, he has 2 as we speak. Doesn't know if he's still gonna get more, but so far you get 1 alternate head sculpt and his awesome stand, which says Miami Heat. And then there's this person on a forum which makes custom stands, so if you want to replace it with Cleveland, you can order for him as well. As far as the figure itself, like I said, he has a lot of accessories. So he does have this black kind of compression shorts, so to speak. Also in his shorts, you can see there Miami Heat, pretty nice. The white jersey, Miami right here. You know, if you're a big LeBron fan, which I'm assuming there's a lot of them out there, so you can see that's his tattoo says Gloria. He's one of the more interesting characters, I guess, to translate into a figure, because he has so many details on him. Tattoos, you know, the arm sleeves, like just pretty much like Allen Iverson. But as you can see at the bottom, greatness on his tattoos. One downside though of having this sleeves, these compression ones, are the staining. Unfortunately, look at that, he suffers from them, and you can see that on the bottom. There's like a black ring mark with the witnesses. Sorry, that's witness, not greatness, but yeah, there you go. So I mean, so now you have no choice but to pull them down. I guess you can still pull them up. Those are the LeBron shoes, pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. At some point they gotta, and it's not only him who suffers on those staining. My Scottie Pippen has one, so Enterbay has to do a better job on, you know, keeping that away. Maybe wash the cloth first before putting them on the figure to make sure that they don't stain, especially this tight-fitting black compression things, you know, on shorts and sleeves, because you know they're gonna leave a mark. And then these are what, $300 figures that, you know, I mean, I get it, you won't see them, but what if he removes them down the line and you want to be more accurate, and then now you want to remove this the compression shorts, so now you have that black stain on him, so not good. And as far as the tattoos, like I said, I'm not fairly sure, I don't know if you can see it clearly here, but you can see some, you know, some white, I guess, things that because of the light it reflects through it, but yeah, it's pretty nice to see all those tattoos, because he's covered up, and you can also hide those joints. I wish they have this baller bands that they wear to hide the joints. I don't know if Iverson has one, he probably does. But yeah, on the other side as well, so you can see his socks, shoes, pretty nice figure. I can imagine them releasing a 2-pack kind of like Kobe Bryant right now, but or Shaq with Miami and Cleveland on it. But I don't know, because he already has this Cleveland one, so maybe they'll just release a I mean, they already got this Miami Heat version. So you can see there, right there in the color, you can see that yellow staining. I don't know, if you're watching this on HD, it might capture it a lot better. But yeah, those are the glue that they used. But you know, God knows how long has this been figure sitting on the shelf. Maybe on a container or somewhere in their storage where, you know, it's not really an ideal temperature, so that's why it's showing. And also for the body, I tell you, this guy is an interesting figure to have because of all the tattoos. So you can, even if you take out his shirt, you can clearly see it's fairly visible, all the tattoos and all that stuff. So the level of detail chosen one on this figure is just amazing. You know, you're really gonna get your money's worth, because unlike Michael Jordan, you're just getting probably a generic body. They're just changing the you know, the skin tone. But for someone like him, Iverson, Dennis Rodman, you gotta have a specific type of body, because you're gonna input all this you know, tattoos and whatnot. And as far as the head sculpt, I always praised Enterbay because they have a pretty good head sculpt, you know, on all of their NBA figures. This one is good. It's not great. You know, it's not as good as their Michael Jordan. I will put this in the Scottie Pippen category, where you can see LeBron. You know, if I show this to somebody else, they're not gonna say this is, you know, Allen Iverson or Michael Jordan. You can see LeBron in this image. It's not a spitting image of LeBron James, not 100%. I wouldn't call it 10 by 10, but you wouldn't mistake him for Denzel Washington. Let's just say it that way. You know, it's out there, especially when you put the headband on. You know, you can clearly see LeBron there. I think it's stronger with a headband on. Kobe Bryant, I would say it's a lot stronger image than this guy, but you can even see the, you know, like the hole in his ear where he has his, when it's pierced. Pretty awesome. He's shaking because I'm moving him around, you know, trying to center him in the camera. I'm trying to balance it out. The headband is a pretty nice touch. You know, it's fabric, you know, it's not sculpted. I'm glad that it's not, so you can have the option of taking it out and in and readjusting them as you please. Yes, you can see there with a headband on, it's a lot better, as we are used to seeing LeBron anyway with a headband. So I like that look from him. Even with the Iverson one is not that strong anyway, you know, if you think about it, even with a headband on. But LeBron, it's out there, you know, like I said. And just for the record, I didn't keep the figure. I returned it just because of so many issues, because of the staining, mainly because of the staining and the uniform. And I like this head sculpt more. I'm more of an action pose type of guy, so this one works better for me. As you can see there on the side, once you put the headband on, it's even stronger. But I do like this one, you know, with his beard and everything. I can guarantee you the version 2 would be a lot better. They haven't made any announcements whatsoever, but pretty sure. I mean, this is LeBron James. He is he's starring on Space Jam 2, apparently. So maybe a 2-pack of Space Jam and Cleveland jersey. I just think the timing is kind of off right now because he's not really killing it in the court, so to speak. I mean, with the emergence of Steph Curry, I don't know at the time. I mean, at the time of this review, they're currently down on the NBA Finals, you know. So who knows? You know, maybe they'd win, make a comeback, so he'll be on top again. Here you go. Put the headband on. Looks pretty good. Right there. And mind you, I've always been vocal. I'm from Chicago, so anyone that's watching this from Chicago, I'm not betraying you guys. You know, because he's mainly hated here in this city for various reasons. Mainly because he eliminated the Bulls ever since he is in the league. You know, good player, not Michael Jordan, but good player. You know, I appreciate greatness. He's a great player, not Michael Jordan though, you know. So I still appreciate him like I do with Kobe Bryant. But yeah, here you go. So I'm gonna throw him some poses. This is his powder toss, at least my version of, you know. When a figure is moving, you know, if I'm just photographing this figure, which, you know, he's steady, you can create a lot of shots where you can hide his joints and make it good. But on a video, you know, there's really no hiding. You know, no Photoshop. I can't Photoshop his joints. But if you are just taking pictures, if you are into photography and whatnot, you know, you can create some nice poses with him. And this is him kind of cradling his title the first time he won it. So, you know, just trying to recreate that pose. And on the side, that moving around. Yeah, like I said, it's a nice one. But you can only use the smiling sculpt so much though. I guess standing, holding a trophy. It doesn't come with an MVP trophy though. So maybe the second version, this is him dribbling. And it's too bad because you can, you know, the elbow joints, the shoulder joints. I mean, it depends on how you pose him. You know, obviously if he's just gonna sit on a shelf on a certain angle, then you can kind of hide it. You know, like I said on the video, there's really no hiding them. I mean, you push them one way and then it shows the other way. That's the you know, give and take when you're dealing with 1/6 figure, is that, you know, you want articulation, then you're gonna have to deal with you know, joints. If you don't want any, then it's kind of like having Thor, seamless figure on his arms, but you always have that risk of you know, the rubber deteriorating, just like with Mike Tyson and whatnot. So I mean, personally, if he has, especially this guy has this sleeves on him, so you can hide at least one joint on his elbow. But, you know, like I said, you can't fully eliminate them altogether and retain the same you know, posability as you wanted to. And I like this pose. This is the one that they had on the website. I kind of recreated it. Pretty sure it's not the same one, or you know, this is the best I can do while it's moving. But yeah, if you have this angle right here, there you go. If you pause, if you try to pause the video, then it's his signature dunk. You know, he like goes up in the air, just kind of tomahawk it. So yeah, one of the poses that you can do. That's why I like the action head better, you know, the screaming sculpt. But I do like the fact that they included the smiling sculpt. So just in case, you know, you want to have him relax every once in a while, sit with, you know, have him stand with Michael Jordan next, or to Kobe, you know, that's a good sculpt to have. And there you go. That's pretty much it. It's currently, well, it's back to its full price on $199. Would I recommend it? If you're a LeBron James fan, then yeah, you know, it's the only figure to have at this point, the best figure to have. I would wait for the Cleveland Cavaliers version. There's so many issues about this figure. The uniform, yes, you can buy a new one, but it's gonna add $30 to it. You know, the staining, that sculpt is not that strong. I don't know. There's so many issues. That's why I returned this. I mean, if you buy it on Big Bad Toy Store, which is a reputable dealer, at least you have the option to check if he has staining. If not, then I can probably live with it. But if there is, then at least you can return them and it's hassle free. It's $199. There's a point where it's $149.99. So I don't know if you want to wait for a deal or wait for a Cleveland Cavalier jersey to come out, a version, so this one would plummet down its price. So yeah, so nice figure. Like I said, if you have an NBA collection or just a LeBron James fan, a must-have. He captured his first 2 titles in the city, so pretty sure this is going to be a collector's edition one day. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. Please click like or subscribe, and until next time.